Hello friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to another standard video. Today we're trying out Jeskai Oculus, which was a sort of like tier 1.5 deck before Tarkir came into the picture. But I would say with Tarkir, it might have just bumped up to tier 1 cleanly. Is it in the top of the echelon? Is it there with Pixie, Monored, Prowess, Domain, question mark? Because it did receive in a way, 4 new cards. 3 from Tarkir and 1 honorary newish, not new card, but honorary inclusion. I'm going to start with the Tarkir cards. Tearza Light Shadow, I've already showcased this one in the Reactors Reanimator deck that Jesse Hampton used to qualify for the prestigious marks. This card, obviously fantastic in the archetype. Helps you discard just like Steam Core Scholar. It's kind of similar in that regard, but has haste, comes in with a lot of damage, and then has the extra ability. If you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you even create value when you attack with it. And this deck fills up the graveyard very quickly, so that ability is going to come into play much quicker than in any really different any other archetype. And yeah, the other 6 synergy is Proft into this is essentially on face value, it's a 5/5 by just going Proft into Tearza, which is incredibly powerful, of course. Proft is really pushed to the max with Tearza. And also Proft really good with Winter Night Stories, the new Harmonized spell, perfect for the Oculus archetype. Really good if you just, cast an Oculus down the line or get it with recommission. You can tap the Oculus and cast the Winter Night Stories from the graveyard for 1 mana, drawing free again, discarding one of your creatures that you want to discard to reanimate it later. A disc thing is going to give you late game staying power, will mean that Jeskai Oculus will have a difficult time running out of cards, be able to grind against Esper Pixie better. This card is huge. And then the last card out of the Tarkir for this deck is Glacial Dragon Hunt. A removal spell that is also a discard spell, perfect for, of course, a discard-oriented deck. And then, in addition to that, sure, also Harmonize on top of all of the things. So, really does a lot. You can discard it for value down the line later, or you can use it as a discard outlet. Just really nice card. And also triggers Prof for what it's worth, drawing a card. And the honorary mention that I think is now a part of the deck is Marauding Mako. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, put that many 1/1 cost on this creature. This thing can go really, really crazy now. These extra additions have made this 1-drop. Before, this deck used to play Spyglass Siren, right? You have a lot of flyer, you have a map token, the flyer is nice with Prof, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, the Mako just gets insanely big in this deck. Alone the curve of going Mako, Proft, Tearza. That leaves you with a 4/4 Mako from the discard and the Proft on turn 2, and then you can put 2 counters on either the Mako or the Tearza from the Proft trigger on turn 3. So you're attacking for 9 damage. So like a 6/6 and a 3/3, or 4/4 and a 5/5, attacking for 9 on turn 3. After you attack for 2 on turn 2 with the Proft. So that is pretty damn good. The card that had to be sacrificed here for some of these newer cards was Inti. I think that's alright. I mean, Inti is a bit of an awkward curve play sometimes. It's because you often, with this deck, you just want to curve out and cast your 3-drops. Inti is a little bit better with a lot of cheap spells in your deck. Like if you have a lot of 1-drops, it's easy to cast them with the Inti after you attack and gain some value with that. And there's so much value in the deck now that that extra, whenever you discard 1 or more cards, which applies to everything, right? You may play that card into your next end step. That is not as necessary, I think, anymore, because you have so many other ways of staying in the game in terms of card advantage. And interaction-wise, I went with these 2, Bounce Off and Shelter by Ghost, and 4 Torture Tower. So lists in the past have played Spell Pierce in the main deck. It seems like Domain is really on a downswing. So Spell Pierce would be maybe okay against something like Jeskai, but they have like Beza and Chico, which Spell Pierce doesn't even deal with. So I don't know. I feel like I just want to be proactive, and don't want to have a card like Spell Pierce. Don't want to hold up mana. I just want to tap out mostly. That's the idea of the main deck. Sideboard. Looking at 1 copy of Authority of the Consuls, Yeah, this could also be a second High Noon. I'm not quite sure. I have one High Noon and one Authority. That's sort of my anti-prowess hate. High Noon seems extremely good against prowess. And Authority is also good against them, but better against red decks as well. Then we have a couple counterspells: Spell Pierce, Disdain for Stroke, Negate, just splitting it a little bit. Usually people have only played like Spell Pierce and Negate, sometimes Normalized. Disdain for Stroke is just for the Shiko type stuff. And considering that this deck can now play into the long game pretty well, so you can easily, just like Esper Pixie, I think this deck can play until turn 7, turn 8. So a hard counter spell later in the game is actually valuable to top deck. 2 Ghost Vacuum, some Graveyard Hate, 2 Destroy Evil, really good sideboard card for this archetype. Could play a third one as well. Yeah. Then 2 copies of Sheltered by Ghosts, 2 more in addition to the one in the main deck. I have this package of like Authority, High Noon, and Sheltered to fight the red decks, or / is it Prowess, the Curry Steel Cutter stuff. Sheltered by Ghost seems especially better now because you do have more red creatures. Why do I say that? Why is that important? You might ask. What does it matter what color the creature has? It does matter, yeah. There's a card called Lymphomatic Barrage, which is quite a commonly played sideboard card in red decks, and it does deal with your blue Oculus very well. If you don't recommission it, then that is a nice combination against Lymphomatic. But if you don't have the recommission, then yeah, you kind of want to put the Sheltered on the Oculus, but that is just putting all eggs into one basket, and then you just get super blown out by Lymphomatic. And if you can make a Mako like a 3/3 or a 4/4 even, I mean, the better, the bigger the better, but at least get it over 2 toughness, then it can't be shocked if you put a Sheltered on it. And then it becomes kind of tricky for a lot of these red decks to burn it down. They maybe have a Frenzy or 2, or I don't know, maybe a random Obliterating Bolt. I feel like Lightning Strike has seen less and less play. You know, things like that. And Lightning Strike costs you 4 mana to kill a 3 toughness, fear of missing out with a Sheltered or a Terza on it. And then if you get Proft into the mix, yeah, then those get pretty big, and then you can just win a game easily with a Sheltered. Yeah, that's also an answer to Nemesis. Nemesis still seeing play in mono red, of course. The clean answer to it is nice. And then I have 2 copies of Brotherhood's End here. I think this could be good against maybe other Curry Steel Cutter decks. It's obviously going to be good against Jeskai Convoke. And then the other big deck where it's going to be good against is Esper Pixie. I think Brotherhood's End is one of the most excellent sideboard cards in the format against Esper Pixie. They play to the board with all their small critters, and Brotherhood's End wipes them all away. So you can play a little bit of a control game against them on the draw. And when the card is bad, when you're ahead on board, you just discard it into Terza, whatnot, and you'll be fine. And then the 2 copies of Chandra. Discard outlet, synergizes with some of your stuff, synergizes with Proft, and makes hasty vehicles just an alternative threat against sweeper decks, against Rest in Peace stuff, Lockdown, whatever it may be. Chandra is your anti-nonsense, anti-hate type of card. Much different than the rest of your deck, so harder to answer, etc. All right, well, that is Jeskai Oculus. The deck seems extremely powerful, also fun to play with Profts and Mako. I just want to make some gigantic creatures. I want to draw a ton of cards. It seems really, really strong now on paper, so I'm excited to get into some gameplay. Let's go. All right, looking at our opening hand, it is definitely not a keep. I'm gonna ship this one. Okay, this is definitely better. We can ship a Battlefield Forge, start of a tap land. Playing against Exit, this is Danny Weinhardt, qualified for the Pro Tour recently. In Regional Championship Lille, played the Pro Tour in, the last one, right? In Chicago. And now I know he's prepping for the Regional Championship. He's going to be in Bologna. And he's playing red now. All right. Do wonder if I should just kill that. I probably should, to be honest. I don't really have a free drop to cast next turn anyway, so it's not like... And even if I did, like I have... This is my free drop next turn, right? So that's kind of convenient. Yeah. I guess I should have left up the I do want to keep the option open for helping hand. I should have left up the blue so I can bluff like a bounce off. Oops, sorry. Alright, let's hopefully find some card draw or helping hand. Oh my god, why did I do that? Okay, I didn't find it, luckily. Sorry guys. I don't know, my brain, okay. It's early in the morning, that's my excuse. Yeah, I wanted to keep up the white. I said it, but then I didn't do it. It didn't matter, luckily, but it's okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take another hit. I'm probably gonna lose this game. Looking at my hand, I don't like it. Okay. That is something, I guess. Now I'm not gonna do a mistake, though. That was exactly what I needed. My opponent just passing the turn. Maybe he has Sunspine links. The Mako. Could just discard 2 lands. We're gonna get up to Delirium here. Yeah, I think I'm discarding the lands here. No lightning strike, no nothing. Yeah, I'm certainly not doing what I should be doing. It's not very impressive. Okay, now he rages end of turn. End of turn rage is unusual. Why did you not do that during my turn? You know what I mean? I only had one. Oh, because I did. Because I bluffed the blue. Right. Right. Okay, here's a Lynx version. I mean, that's gonna be very good here, obviously. Yeah. Trying to figure out if I have any chances of winning this game. The Nemesis having trample, I think, is just... I need to find the Sheltered by Ghost right now, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I need to find my 1 copy of Sheltered by Ghost. Exile the Nemesis. And... I can't even attack into the links, though. And I can't even gain life. Recommission on Oculus. There's no way I can survive this. The problem. This thing is gonna kill me. Oh. Pretty simple. You just play Nemesis, you attack a few times. It's all you need sometimes in Magic the Gathering. It's standard. Play Nemesis. Attack. Nemesis, good card. Pretty annoying card. Pretty strong one. Let's cut the Inti on the draw. Well, not on the draw, actually, but let's cut the Inti. Let's cut the Winternight Stories maybe and add these in. Yeah, I mean, I don't have really anything else I want in my sideboard. The question is, do you want to play this card on the play, maybe? Tearza seems a little weak here. Considering that, you know, it's easily lightning strikeable. But I don't want to cut a red creature when I'm adding Sheltered by Ghost. He's probably going to bring in some, like, 3 copies of the Romantic Barrage. So, yeah. The Lynx is a problem a little bit. I have to be aware of that card. I mean, it comes down, deals me 4 to the face. I just have to have a really proactive, powerful draw. I can't... Like, I'm only into 6. I kept a keepable 6. My hand really didn't have, you know, the power, in a way. Maybe you want to play 4 Proft. I don't know. Proft's so sick. Yeah, this is powerful. I'm happy. No Ghost Vacuum, please. That would suck. Okay. Yeah, I mean, recommission Oculus is the best thing you can be doing. Especially turn 3. Oh, actually, Made a mistake, didn't I? Yeah, I'm not playing very tight. Okay, I gotta get into the groove. I'm playing a little too fast. Focus. I could have discarded the Scholar, then helping hand the Scholar, and then recommission my Oculus. 2 lands. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna go helping hand, Profts, and then put a counter on the Oculus. So it's the same thing as recommission, but uses my mana better. I will have a tapped Oculus, but I don't think it matters much. I'm not gonna block a Nemesis with it anyways. I have to do it pre-combat though. Okay, guys, I don't know what's happening today. I'm not up for it today. Jesus. I mean, I'm probably still gonna win because it's still unbeatable. But what am I doing? Yikes! All right. Yeah. I think this would be an easy win if I didn't punt 3 times in the first few turns. If they have Lymphomantic plus a Shock, I do have Helping Hand again. I want this actually in the graveyard because I have a Helping Hand. I mean, this is gonna be a free roll game. I'm gonna win, but I gotta tighten up here. Yeah. Tearza. Yeah. So you play Tearza, Nemesis, and Lynx. How do you make space for all those cards? I've seen red lists that play just Tearza now and no Lynx, but apparently I can make space for all of it. Let's do this. Let's do this, I guess. I mean, we can go to the next game. I think he's about to concede. I'm gonna put a counter on this as well. I could have put a counter on the 2/2 and attack for free. This is like all roads lead to Rome kind of situation here. Even the value here, just getting some harmonized spells for free. Yeah, this is gonna matter. This is gonna come up. Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right. Well, Jeskai Oculus showing, even if the player isn't so good, showing what it can do. Brotherhood's End would actually be really nice against these red decks if it wouldn't be for that one card. I'm sure you know what card I mean. Anything else I want to do? I don't think so. I think Winter Night Stories is not needed. I mean, look at these games. They go pretty fast. I have plenty other ways to still have value. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Oculus deck randomly received 3 new cards with Takir. That's a lot for like an established standard deck to get out of a new set. That is unusually many, you know what I mean? So that might change things. Like, look at the Jeskai control deck. The Jeskai control deck, kinda, the only card they are playing that, I mean, the 2 cards they're playing that are received is like Shiko. Yeah. And then a couple copies of Jeskai Revelation usually, right? So getting free cards is a lot. Yeah, sadly no. I would have kept with a red source. Okay. This is a lot better. Hired Claw. Turn 1 Mako. I don't know, I just like this card. I mean, this card sees play in Modern. Hollow 1 with Burning Inquiry and whatnot. There are different answers to the Nemesis as well you could run. Like Fresh Start, Unable to Scream. Does have the Ghost Vacuum. I think I'm just gonna go Fear of Missing Out here. But the thing is, with that, is that yeah, they just don't gain life. They're not that powerful. And Shelter by Ghost randomly can also just take out a Ghost Vacuum for what it's worth. So there's an additional bonus there. Just a very high upside card. The rage here. Pretty good draw, my friend over there. Pretty good draw. I'd love to find ways to discard cards here. Steam Core Scholar. Okay. So I take, what, 8, 9. Go 8. 1 card in hand. Ooh, Proft. Profty. I kinda want to make this a 4 toughness creature. And torch here. But then I risk dying, I guess. I think I just have to... I just have to equip Sheltered and hope they don't have anything. Like, they literally need land Lightning Strike, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Alright, yeah, I like this situation. I'm just gonna ignore the vacuum. And then with the Proft, I have the extra buff next turn to get this out of Lightning Strike range. And I'm at 11. If I have like a Lynx, it would be a little bit annoying. It stops my life gain. Hieroclaw number 2, okay. If I would have stayed back with this Mako, I would have saved some life, but the life gain makes the damage less threatening, obviously. Alright. Oh. I'm gonna start with the Proft, obviously. But this is the perfect draw. I'm gonna play my land. Yeah, I'm gonna buff you to 4/4. I could actually choose not to attack here. They can't really attack themselves then. If I attack, I go to 10. They attack. What's their best attack? Would be like attacking for 6. 2, 2, and then 6 damage total. They also had 13 for what it's worth, so I'm like threatening lethal next turn with the Scholar. This would be attack 4, 5, 7. I go to 3. I think I should attack. I think attacking is better than staying back for what it's worth. There's like no way I'm dying this turn. They can deal me like maximum amount they can deal me is like 8 damage in total. It's like a Lynx. They play a Heartfire hero and give it haste. It's yeah, not as much. Yeah, okay, staying back already. Great spot here. Great spot, phenomenal. Sheltered by Ghosts, powerful card. Oh, they did draw Lynx. Could have put me to 2, yeah. They had 5. So this can become a 4/4 here. Damn, that is actually kind of dangerous, isn't it? Wow. Lynx. That was probably, I mean, they could have drawn Obliterating Bolt, I guess. That was definitely one of the best cards they could have had. Huh. Yikes. Wow. So if I draw Torch the Tower, I guess I win the game. If I play Terzar. Probably just have to go for something like that. I can't, I don't think I can go for Scholar. Just discard both cards. Torch, bounce off. Sheltered. I'm holding up the white, but maybe I should hold up the blue. I have like one copy of bounce off in my deck that I could draw here. But I could also draw land sheltered, and that gives me some white. So I can Scholar again. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly what I have to do here. But I don't... I think I'll... Okay. I mean, I'm not dead. These deal me 1 damage each, so I go to 1. Oh, shit, they have vacuum in play, right? Yeah, oops. I shouldn't have done that. Man, this is really tough. I'm making mistakes left and right today. It's funny. This was tough, man. The Lynx. I was winning this game by a mile. The stupid Lynx stopping the life gain. And now what do I do? Like this, then I just double block. Is that good for me? Not really. Attack with this leaves me dead to a few things. I don't even know. Shit. Forgot about the ghost vacuum. It's lethal, yeah. It's lethal. Oh my god! What a sick top deck. It's another reason to play Sheltered, I guess. It just cleanly deals with that thing too. Maybe you just want to have 4 Sheltered, honestly. That was sick. Okay, so if I don't punt there, I can play a Mako here and then have 4 blockers, so at least don't die against the land off the top. If I make this Mako big, I attack. It doesn't really change. I guess, no, then they jump with the claw, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, this game would have gone on. I definitely punted it away. Like, I could have made this a 6-6, attack, then they have to jump, probably. Then I have a 4-4, a 3-3, and a 1-1. Actually not the worst position in the world. Like, they draw lands, and then they have Claw, Sanctuary, Sunspine Links. I am left with a Helping Hand in my hand. And I have like a 6-6, and they have 3 creatures, and they're at 5, and I'm at 3 life. They can't really attack me with anything that turn, so they will just stay back. And then I get attack with the 6-6 again. They have to jump block again. And then on the following turn, I can maybe kill them somehow. Yeah, putting the counters on the Fear was bad. I should have put them on the Mako and attacked for 6. Well, I could have put them on the Terza too. That would have been fine as well. Then they would have maybe traded, which would have been good for me. So yeah, putting them on the Terza, playing the Mako, and I have definitely, especially with the top deck land there, a somewhat decent shot at winning the game. Yeah, I should have put them on the Terza. That's actually kind of smart. Because then if I draw any way of cycling, which I already had in the hand, I can make this a 5-5 with the Proft, and this becomes a 5-5 from the cycling. So if I then have 3 5-5s, and they would have had to trade with everything. But if they trade with everything, they get the Heartfire Hero again. Well, they have to jump, and then block here, take Heartfire Hero, and then pump it up to it. So I die, actually. If I try to attack with all 5-5s in a scenario against the Lynx and 3 blockers. Yeah, but anyways, I definitely played this game more poorly than I should have. Sheltered by Ghost was phenomenal. It kept us in the game. Sunspine Lynx was phenomenal from the other side. It kept them in the game. So those are the takeaways here. Yeah, Sheltered by Ghost, really good, huh? Alright, nice. Play first! Not a mulligan. Alright, I do have a tablet, unfortunately, otherwise this hand would be pretty awesome. I could go double Mako on turn 2, that's probably where I want to be. If I do so, what card do I bottom? I kind of like an Inti, Fear of Missing Out, Mako, that just seems like a really sick combination of cards. If this would be an untapped land, my hand would be crazy. I think I'm just going to put away the recommission, honestly. I guess I could start with Mako, right? That's probably best, actually. Yeah, for sure. Is it for sure? It's 1 more damage. And if I draw an untapped land, I could go a 2-drop if I wanted to. Yeah. I guess that's fine. Not entirely sure. I'm gonna discard the Dragon Hunt likely here. I assume I'm playing against Jeskai control. Could be the mirror match. Or could be Cory Steelcutter, yeah. Okay. Interesting. This gives me an extra power buff, which is not nothing. It's 5 damage, go to 14. I would love to cast 2 2-drops next turn, to be fair, but then I won't have a card to discard into the Inti, will I? No, I will. I would, actually. But what do I discard into the Fear here? It's kind of tricky. I guess I discarded... Not the easiest spot. Maybe I just discard the Dragon Hunt. Could also discard the land. That seems... It's like, if I would know exactly what I would draw, that would be helpful. Because then I could make decisions based upon that and know that if I wanted to keep both 2-drops, if I just have land on top, I would discard the Spirebluff Canal. Then play my land off the top, draw a land, play 2-drop, right? Okay. This is gonna get interesting. They can attack into the Fear, which is a nice bonus of the 2/3. It's a pretty huge bonus, actually. And here I can make the Makos into 4/4 if I want to with the Steam Core. I probably should do that. Although they can double block me, which is kind of annoying. If I discard these 2, keep the Terza in hand. That's probably... And then I can play Terza, discard 2 more cards. Next turn. Or I could just discard the Torch, make these a free freeze. Then I have more cards for the next turn. So they're gonna make a lot of jump blockers this following turn. They're gonna just keep jump blocking me. Tricky. I kind of need to trample, probably. This is tough. Magic's tough. Maybe these 2 actually, huh? And then I can play Inti. Give trample. And then with the fear of missing out, I can have a huge trampler. So next turn I can play Inti, make Mako a 5/5, attack with it twice with the fear, attack for 10 essentially. Can put them to 11 here, they double block. Or they double block the... Yeah, I think this is fine. If they double block a Mako, that's fine. If they double block fear, that's fine. This is tough to play. So many little things, adding up power, this and that. Oh my god, can they kill me? From 18? Shock my guy. Monster's Rage. Is this lethal? Which is the Monster's Rage? Is this lethal? Did my opponent make the calculations? 6, 9, 12. It might just be, huh? Burst Lightning. No, it's 17, isn't it? It's 1 short. So you need Rage. If you have Rage, you win. That's crazy. Man. That's sick. Yeah, it wasn't that far off, actually. Slick Shot into Shock. Shock would have done it. Slick Shot, Rage, Cantrip. Slickshot is then exactly 6 power trample, which is then trampling for 4 over. No, it's 8 power trample. It's trampling for 6 over, and then I have 12 damage from the monks. It's exactly 18. Because of the battlefield forge losing me 2 life, that would have been an inspired advantage. Oh, they don't attack. Okay. Well, good. So they didn't have rage. We know that. So they just had shock. They just have shock, and they thought they had lethal. That's why they didn't block. So I'm just gonna go torch the tower on the slick shot, I guess. That gives me an instant in the graveyard. And then I go into discard on one of the 5/5s. I guess, wait a minute. I can do this first, theoretically. If I find a torch the tower, I can cast that one. No, I can't because I have to attack for the NT. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Whatever. Now I played into Spell Pierce, I guess, but shouldn't matter too much, I hope. So they can kill the Scholar, which is fine. They can eat my fear. They have essentially, okay, let's think this through. They have 3 freeze, 2/2s. They can double block my 5/5, I guess. And then chump block my other, my 4/4. Burst Lightning here and eat this guy. They somehow survive. Yeah, they do. Oh, both of them become 5/5s, yeah. No, one of them becomes a 6/6, actually. Right, one of them becomes a 6/6 because of the trample counter. And the 6/6, they can double block here, and then they can chump. Burst Lightning here. Man, this is so complicated. My brain is not able to do this. I could also give my fear of missing out the counter, theoretically. Oh. Well, now you're just dead to the Steam Core. The fear gives an extra combat step. So I just attack with the 3/3 flying vigilance now. Yeah, okay. That's cool with me, I guess. This is gonna attack twice, so 6 damage. I think if I would have made this a 6/6, they would have found a way to maybe survive. They can like double block with the 3/3s and then jump both these and take 4 in the air from this. So yeah, they would have found a way to survive this game actually if they don't cast the ARP there. Because I'm never gonna put a counter on this pre. Anyways, yeah, let's just have everything trade. Yeah. Awesome. Ah, the second attack also gives you a counter, right? So the second attack giving you a counter means that I could have made both my 5/5s tramplers if I had another card in my hand, which I didn't. But that would mean I could make the first one a trampler and then untap the other one. And then they have to block the trampler to absorb damage and probably chump block the one that I untapped. Right? Or maybe they, yeah, it's a tricky situation for them regardless. And Inti giving you untaps is nice. Okay. Again, boarding out Winter Night Stories. I think Glacier Dragon might just be too slow here as well. The Inti was good that game. Actually, maybe I should keep a 1-off Inti for the trample. Maybe cut a Tearza. I want a Sheltered. I want the Authority. I want the Noon. The Brotherhood's End would have been good that game. Like if they have double Steel Cutter, it's obviously not too bad. But you always have to also take into account that if they have double Steel Cutter, they already made 2 monks. So it's like killing stuff when they already have 2 prowess creatures. It's just a really bad tempo move. Like you tap out, kill their cutters, and then they play like a slick shot, 2 spells, attack you for like 11 with the 2 monks, right? Like they still become 3/3s with 2 spells cast. So it makes Steel Cutter so good against specifically artifact removal. Temporary Lockdown is a different animal, of course, because it does exile everything. I could run a Spell Pierce, just a cheesy Spell Pierce. Yeah, maybe I should just have more of these like High Noon type effects. The thing about Brotherhood's End is if they have a normal draw, it can also just wipe the board. Bounce off is okay against Slickshot. Just don't love how it lines up against Slickshot, I guess. I do have Slickshot covered with the 4 torches and the bounce off, I guess, a little bit. So, we'll see. And this deck is hard to play, for sure. I think my last video I did on it, like 2 months ago after the PT, I also called the video, this deck is very hard to play, and it is. It is difficult to play. There's a lot of maximization via experience and skill. Oh my god, this hand. It's technically kind of good, but also not. I mean, I think I have to keep it though. These helping hands look pretty heinous, but with the rest of the hand looks kind of strongish. If this would be a High Noon, I would be happier, not gonna lie. It's like, they can still just outgrind me with this. This hand could just get outgrinded. Okay, that was a fantastic draw. I'm gonna slam Authority. That was a fantastic draw. Yeah, I'm skeptical on the Authority. I'm trying these things. I don't know. I don't know if this is the right call to make, the Authority. Let's see. Can we hit an Oculus? Okay. What the heck? What? Are you kidding me? When that happens, dude. When that happens, ay. Seriously? Bit of a painful hand, but it does have mana. It does have a torch turn 1, fear. I can't. Not a prowess deck. Is it just all prowess today? Every day, prowess. Curry Steel Cutter. Woo woo. It's good testing, I suppose. Yeah. I have options here, I guess. I can go Profts, or I can go Fear of Missing Out. I think I maybe should go Proft. Yeah, I think so. Gives me more looks. Then I can go Terza next turn, and then on turn 4 I can go Fear. Maybe with all the draws I've found, I can then discard an Oculus, reanimate with Recommission on turn 4. And if I play the Fear right now, I won't have the Fear for turn 4 to discard my Oculus. Unending Whisper. I haven't seen that one yet. Okay, opponent missing land drops is something I like to see. I could just stay back on blocking duty. Now I have this as a discard outlet as well. And I have the torch. I'm definitely not keeping both removal spells. I'm also not keeping the Terza. But with the... Maybe I'll just discard the torch. Seems kind of nice to Dragon Hunt with the Proft in play. No, I'm gonna ditch it. I don't know. It's a card that comes from the graveyard as well. All right. I mean, my opponent missed a land drop. What is my next turn looking like? I can go Mako into Fear. And then hold up Torch, kill something. Make this 6/6, attack them down to 8, and then kill them on the following turn. Or just chill. Because I'm gonna win the late game. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. If you want to throw in like Monsters Rages as my Terza, it's fine. I can just reanimate it. I think it's safer than trying to race. To just build a... Like, my board is gonna get bigger and badder every turn. They're gonna, you know, spend a Monk now. Should I get a Monk? I get it. It's not too bad for them, but like... As long as I can buy time... Them re-equipping was not a good move, I think. They could have trampled over for 2 damage there. Yeah, that was not a good move. Okay, so now I go Mako into Recommission, and then maybe I just torch the guy over there. Keep the board clean. I'm gonna discard the Thundering Faults and Winter Night Stories. Man, the Fear is also really nice to have in play. Maybe I need to get the Fear out. Yeah. Because... Oh shit, I'm short on red. I'm stupid. I guess that makes things... Okay, well then I get the Terza. Yeah, having the Fear in play is nice. So I can give double... Like double the combat next turn. I'm gonna keep the torch. I think I'm in such a good spot that I'm gonna keep the torch around just for Slick Shot and hold up a red for the rest of the game. I think that should be a possibility of what I could do here. My opponent might just be dead here. 15 life. Dragon Hunt the other monk. In any case, I'm just gonna let this happen. Like, I kind of want them to attack, to be honest. I want them to attack and try to kill me. Man, this deck is maybe the hardest deck to play in Standards, honestly. Like, Pixie is a joke compared to this deck. In terms of play skill. Wow, they're not doing anything? Not even a monk? So I can shock this, sacking the Proft. How do I kill them this turn? Don't quite have enough. I can make them chump block. Right, with the Winter Night Stories. Anyways, I'll start with the Fear. Yeah. Discard. My brain is burning, guys. It's like the steam coming out of it. That's another discard and draw. So I can torch. So I can draw. That's 7/7 here. And then I have 2 counters from this. So it's 13 damage. It's not quite enough. Seven plus 2. Okay. I guess I'll still do this. Okay, with the sheltered, I'm gonna be this big. This is 13 damage. I just attack with the 7/7. Again, like, yeah, sure. I can play it safe. I guess Inti giving trample would again be kind of nice for these Makos. Maybe I should have more Inti in my deck. Yeah. Inti with Mako. Pretty good. Anyways, I mean, I have the Shelter next turn as well. I have multiple attacks with Fear as soon as I cast my instant. And Terza doesn't mess up my Delirium, hopefully. I guess my Fear is gonna die. Glacial Dragon. They're playing some unusual list here. Yeah, maybe I should have buffed the Fear, make it into a 4/5 so this can't happen. Yeah, I'm learning as I go. This is certainly a tricky matchup. Oh, alright. A very unusual list. A lot of unusual cards. Can gain a bazillion life this turn if I want to. I can't kill them, unfortunately. But I don't think I'm gonna lose this game if I have... Wait a minute, actually. No. Yeah, let's do this. Let's discard the Terza, yeah, sure. This guy grows into infinity now. And then I can cast a Dragon Hunt. Discarding this. Killing a monk. Shelters here. Exile the Steel Cutter. I hope I'm not dying this turn. I'm at 28. 28 damage. Can they beat 28 damage? 28 life. Slick shot. I think it's gonna be difficult to deal me 28 in one turn. Oh. Alright, that one-off sheltered, doing God's work here. Oh! It bounce! No! Sick. Shit. Damn. Back to square one. Wow. Alright, I guess I played a little too... I didn't play around a bounce spell whatsoever. Alright, fair enough. This is kinda not good for me. Let's play Mako. Let's play Fear. Let's discard this. Let's attack with Terza, I guess. Make Terza big. They can triple block the Terza. And I should spread some power, I think. Could have also cast Winter Night Stories pre-combat. Maybe better than trying to do Terza value plays here. Like I could have hit the Shelter by Ghost there, for example. No. Wow. Taking it, okay. No, I'm not getting the value from the profts by casting these things post-combat. I could just play the Terza, loot 2 cards away. Make this guy bigger. Really tricky. You kind of want to do things pre-combat, I guess. I wish to keep this one. I haven't found an Oculus yet. I don't think I want another one. "23 life. Attack with the elemental." So they have 4 chump blockers probably. 4 monks here. Curry Steel Cutter in multiples is nasty. I mean, it's kind of like a young Pyromancer, I guess, but the problem about it is that it's, you know, we don't have artifact removal in our main deck because it's not great to have. It's so good against removal too. Okay. You got it, I guess. If I would find a flyer, like, the thing is, I keep mentioning Inti for trample for evasion, but if I would have a flyer like Steamcore, I can buff that up big with the Proft or an Oculus. I play 7 of those. I haven't seen any of the 7 cards. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go, my friend. Alright, let's... With the Tearza, it's actually relevant what to exile. I don't need another Proft, I don't need another Tearza, I guess. The Tearza might be relevant. I have multiple Tearzas. Like, I could reanimate the Tearza for another draw too, for the extra damage with a Helping Hand for 1 mana. I don't think I've drawn a Helping Hand either this game. But yeah, this is just insane. 1 mana draw free out of the graveyard. Inti! 2 mana up from the opponent over there, by the way, which is definitely sus. Could have also discarded 2 for more damage. The Prop and the Mako. Reanimate the flyer. Then probably... I mean, I kind of have to put them on some sort of... Maybe a shock. Or a braid type thing. What a wild game this has been. They might have another Distonate big enough, I guess. At 19. 5 counters on one of these friends. I guess it's gonna be the Tearza. Okay. This is 2, 4, 7, 10, 13. They do give up. Okay. What a wild game. I mean, I was still kind of in danger, like, sure, I'm going to give this travel, it's going to be 12 toughness, right? 12 power. Then they jump here. And maybe if they have some shenanigans, I mean, if they go cantrip, they make another 2 monks, everything prowess, then they have a rage. They could go crazy on me. I do think, though, after looking at all of this, I don't think they play rage. I think this is more of a mid-range cutter variant. They don't seem to have Swift Spear. They probably have Talent, right? Yeah, I mean, Talent you have to play, but Swift Spear and Slick Shot probably not in the deck. That's what I'm gonna just guess right now. So something like a High Noon would be completely bananas against them. To be fair, they play Distonate big enough so they can bounce it. I'm kind of feeling that I should run more High Noons, honestly. And the Sheltered by Ghost doesn't seem that good against good old Distonate big enough. Would be kind of nice to have some Braids for a matchup like this, not gonna lie. I have these Brotherhoods ends. They could be a Braids as well, if you don't feel like you need the Sweeper. Don't think I want Bounce Off. I don't know about the Sheltered, honestly. It doesn't seem that good against them. I might want to have some counter spells. I think I might want to have some counter spells. The torch also seems pretty bad against them from what I've seen. High Noon makes some of these things a little worse. Can't double spell easily anymore. There's another card you can play, which is also interesting and kind of good for Shelter by Ghost actually too, huh? It's Magebane Lizard. It's a 1/4 2-mana creature that whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, they get dealt as much damage. This hand is absurd. And this Oculus deck is sick. Like, the mana base is just barely playable, right? It's just the same as Pixie, essentially. And we know it's playable. But what the deck can do sometimes is just unreal. Like, look at my draw. Yeah, maybe a combination of Magebane Lizard and Shelter by Ghost is the best. Then you can put the Shelter on the Lizard and then maybe proft it up. High toughness creature. Who knows? And you can also reanimate the Magebane Lizard. Although I feel like the whole reanimation stuff is maybe a little bit worse these days because a lot of people seem to have Ghost Vacuum in their sideboard. Which is another reason to have some Abrades in your sideboard as well. Yeah. Like, Brotherhood's End is a bit of a bad... Like, Abrade is something you can board against a lot of people. You know, a lot of people... It's not too embarrassing to have a card that costs 2 mana, instant speed, and destroys an artifact or deals 3. That's not embarrassing to have. But Brotherhood's End can be really embarrassing to have. Like, 3 mana, destroy an artifact that already made a monk at sorcery speed. I mean, come on. Opponent left the game. That's unfortunate. Alright, fair enough. Well, okay. Diamond tier 1. This deck feels pretty damn good. Really good. Alright, let's play one more. Alright, well, that is a good opening hand, I'd say. Imagine my opponent plays a creature, and I go Mako into kill a creature, discard Oculus. Wouldn't mind that. Fated Passage, a little bit of a sign of a player who doesn't like creatures, I'd say. You don't see Fated Passage outside of 3-color decks. And this fetching a plains. Oh, okay. Never mind. Do have creatures. Getting the Abuelo here. Alright. Well, I'm happy I have pretty fast draw, I'd say. What? Okay, so you have it already in hand. You just want more toughness. Pretty smart, I guess. Pretty smart. Kinda annoying, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Wow, that's a lot of Oculus. Well, yeah, I'm discarding it. I can attack for 2 damage, I guess. I mean, I can block if they want to. Blast Zone. Picking it up is nice for stuff like Charter Course, to be able to discard it down the line. But it's not too important, I guess. I could hold up the Torch Tower later on to kill off the Omniscience. They could have a counter spell here. But I do have a second helping hand. So I got it covered. Yeah, I mean, the question really is, do I want to kill off this Fallaci? This is essentially a 2-turn clock. I probably should do so. 2-turn clock, 9 damage, then 11 damage on the next turn. Yeah. Like, they don't have the Omni in play in graveyard, so they really have only 1 turn to put it in the graveyard. And then, yeah. Okay, they didn't find a way, they just have the Dragonstorm. This is a new way of comboing off of the deck. They have like the Meringue River Regent. Okay, they didn't find it. That was huge. Yeah, so I'm just gonna attack for 9. I could Dragon Hunt and draw a card. I don't think I want to do that though. It does deal 1 less damage, but I would still have lethal, I guess. Would I? I would put him to 10 and then have 9 power. And they could blow up my Mako. So I actually would not have lethal if I draw a card. So I guess I'll just do this. I unfortunately can't cast Oculus. I'm 1 short. Okay. I assume they have to find something like Ifara's Dispersal here. So they bounce the Oculus. But make the Mako a 4/4, have 9. So playing the Terza here means that if they have a removal for the Oculus, I still have 9 damage. Doesn't matter which one I keep. The Legendary has come up a couple times. I'm playing a free split right now, but you could play 4 of these and 2 of the Terza. So yeah, it's exactly enough. Even against Dispersal. Right, they didn't find the combo. We ran him over. Nice. High Noon. Actually really good in this matchup too. So that's a benefit of playing High Noon specifically. I guess something like Magebane Lizard would also not be too bad, huh? Because Magebane Lizard, I mean, they can't really go off much with a Lizard in play. Yeah, would also help in this matchup. I think Destroy Evil, all the counter spells, Ghost Vacuum, Torch can go, Bounce Off can go, yeah. Dragon Hunt can go. Right, so, I mean, we know they have Meringue River Regent, but we do have 2 Destroy Evil for that one. If it ever comes down on 6, which it could, it's quite good against my deck. But yeah, I don't really have any like Bounce Off, I guess. Could bounce it for a turn, which isn't the greatest outcome. Yeah, I think this looks fine to me. The Chandra is somewhat interesting because the Abuelo's deck can turn into a bit of a control deck at times. And the Chandra is pretty good against controlling opponent. I don't know what I would cut though. I kind of like everything I have. I think I'm gonna run it like this. The Chandra, maybe on the play. She's a 4-mana card. We're a 22 land deck. The Oculus is also very good against them, if we can reanimate that. Because Lockdown doesn't get rid of Oculus. That's the mulligan. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep this. I'm not gonna go to 5. I think it's between these 2 cards, probably. It could also be the Proft. I don't know. Holding up Counterspell is going to be tricky with all the things we want to do and we want to draw. I don't know, it's a tough decision. I'm not sure. I'm going to go with the High Noon over the Stroke, but I'm not sure. Okay. The Recommission was a nice draw. Double Omniscience in the bin. Okay. Does that change things for me? I guess it does. I guess I have to do that instead of the other thing. Okay. I just have to cast the High Noon here, because they already have the Omniscience in the graveyard, unfortunately. It really slows me down to do so. And then they can level up the Blast Zone and get me. Yeah, I mean, when the Omniscience deck mills the Omniscience that early in the game, ooh. That's nice.
Huh. I wish I had another land. I would really swing the game in my favor if I had another land, but I don't, unfortunately. That's sad. I could have gambled and gone proft. Hope to hit a land. It would have been really, 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 really good if I hit the land there. But I mean, if I don't hit the land, I might just lose on the spot. Yeah. Okay, I wouldn't have hit the land, so yeah, untap land is not what I was looking for, obviously. Let's go with proft. Nope. They might just blast on my vacuum, we'll see. Not discarding to hand size. Okay. So you're saying I don't need to play. I don't need to play my high noon this turn, right? Instant speed discard, maybe like 3 steps ahead. I mean, it's impossible for me to play high noon anyways because there's no way I can do it. So I just go with Tarzan. Okay. I think this is definitely gone, and then this is gone as well. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I have a second one, I mean. That's just a good chunk of 13 damage here. Coming across. More even with the profts, right? Sure. Fair enough. Oh, they hit the omniscience? I mean, seriously, guy. Okay, Chief. I mean, I couldn't have done anything. Like, they just hit omniscience with the first Fallaci and then, like, just surveil into it. I mean, okay. Okay, boss. High rolling. Magic is a high rolling game, so okay, well, alright. Well, they high rolled in that regard, but it didn't have the abuelo, I guess. I guess I'm okay for now. Ah, they have also vacuum. Cute. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna start my turn with fear. Discarding a land, I guess, probably. And then play high noon post-combat. Not post-combat, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna play high noon. And then next turn we can play Teersa, hold up, destroy evil. They get rid of the Oculus before getting rid of the Winter Night Stories. I don't know about that, to be honest. Because now you're tapped out. Yeah, that was bad. Like, now I can discard something reanimated. Oh, I guess I have high noon to play. I guess I won't be able to do that. But, yeah, I mean, it was fine, I guess. But I see, that's what it... Okay, I understand now. So they do have Omniscience in the grave. That's 17 life. This is really interesting. Like, I could blow up I could blow up the lockdown. Just gonna play it slow. I could get punished by a meringue, I guess. Like not finishing the game could be punishing. But I don't want to get. Oh, they have blasts on. Fuck. Fair enough. Okay. Another Terza. The legendary really bothers me here because I would have 2 creatures in play right now. I could go like reanimate the Terza and you know. Do I start with this maybe? I don't know. No. I think I'm gonna do this. Oh, I can also reanimate the Ghost Vacuum.
Huh? Shit, I didn't think about that. But they do have Blast Zone though.
Oh, that's good though. Then I can get rid of the Omniscience. That's good. Oh, that's funny. That also gets rid of the Blast Zone likely. Now I can also tap out. This is cool game so far. Very cool game. Maybe I should have cast Winter Night Stories instead of the Terza. Yeah, that's something I'm kind of regretting right now because the Terza only discarded 1 useless card. And the free damage is nice and I have the body on board, but maybe I could have, I don't know. Yeah, that's the River Regent. You're going for the fair plan now, bounce my Terza. Yeah, they can bounce the lockdown if thinking about that. Yeah, I mean Abielos now has this weird fair plan, I guess, which they can run. They can essentially draw their deck with 2 Rolling Dragonstorms and a Meringue. That's what's happening here. Oh no, they need 1 Dragonstorm and 2 Meringues. Then they can bounce and draw the entire deck. Theoretically, yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna do this. Yeah. And I'm going to discard maybe the Steam Core. Yeah. Going to reanimate the Steam Core. If I would find a second Destroy Evil, I would also be pretty happy. I have to decline, unfortunately. I think I will have to discard both Mako and this, maybe. Next turn, I'm going Terza Fear or something like that. Maybe the Mako is better. The Mako, is it the Mako or the Fear, I think? I'm not sure. Fear is more powerful, obviously, but Mako is big and cheap, so I don't know. Stock up. They could have gone Rolling Dragonstorm. Discard the Omniscience. I would have liked that. So then I can exile it with my Vacuum. Do I have another Recommission in my deck? I do. They discard... No, they didn't discard anything. Oh, they didn't... Oh, a bunch of spells in hand, yeah. Alright. What an interesting game this has been. Not sure if I should have played the land. I kind of want mana in play. Jesus. Okay, I mean, they can amass a bunch of meringues and just play this grindy weird game now. But I have the Proft, so I can make a creature that's bigger than this regent. So if I cast this and then this, taps 5 mana, and then I can discard up to 4 cards, make this a 7/7. That could work. That would mean I have to discard the Fear though, which I guess is fine. I also have a bunch of Oculus in my deck, which I can start to draw into and cast. There you go. I guess it might be better. No. I'm a little worried about something like Disperse. I guess they used 3 Dispersals already. Let's discard lands, I guess. Technically don't need the Shivan Reef in play. So now if they have a Meringue next turn, they can bounce my Scholar. I'm just gonna play my land. I guess the way they could get me here is if they... Okay, let's see. If they get Omniscience into play... Alright, now I'm gonna blow up. Like, I'm worried about Counterspell now. Like, now a Counterspell would get me. Counterspell plus, so I'm doing it now. And hopefully they don't mill over another... I guess I also have High Noon. Like, they need... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they just need to remove my High Noon, essentially. If they can do that, they win. But this way I play around a Counterspell. Sure. Okay. This has been a pretty cool game. So my opponent seems to be playing tight. They exiled the Ghost Vacuum. Neat. So they can get the Omniscience into play, but then they can't go off. It's the only spell they can... And then on my turn they can cast another spell. Right. Yeah. So what can they cast right now? Just some instant? That means I can also just shoot the... I can shoot the Omniscience with my High Noon, theoretically. I also have the Fear in place so I can... They're kind of in trouble, no? I would think. So I have 2 attacks. With this 8/8. So they can bounce the 8/8. Maybe. Then they can eat my guys. That's the worst outcome for me. I have them on 1 life, by the way. If this High Noon can deal 5 to the face. What do I have in my graveyard? I could hit a Destroy Evil, I guess. This tears out. Let's attack this on top here. I also can only cast 1 spell, right? So I guess they can just use this as a chump blocker and reanimate Abelos. But isn't that fine by me? Like, as long as I have the High Noon in play, they're kind of in trouble. That was a sick one. This the 4th dispersal. It was pretty big. It was a pretty big game. Now they can just do this, yeah. Alright. So I have 22 cards left in my library. I have another Destroy Evil. It would be nice to draw into an instant here, is my thinking. But getting Oculus down is obviously interesting too. I wouldn't grow the Scholar here, unfortunately. Tight game. I also have this Tearsa. Wow. Yeah, maybe it's Oculus. I don't know. This region is annoying as hell. They've cast their spell already this turn, so they can't do shit. This has been a wild game. Is it better to try to draw into like a Disdainful Stroke, Negate, or Destroy Evils? Like that's just what I'm not so sure about. Drawing into one of those would be nice, especially if they have another Meringue here. If they have another Meringue, I'm kind of screwed. Yeah. The likelihood that they have another Meringue is really high. That allows them to sort of play around my nonsense, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna lose to a Meringue here. Brutal. I can't believe I lost this game. That's sick. That's pretty sick, isn't it? I mean, I haven't lost yet, but... The High Noon... Yeah. Yeah. No, they can just Abuelo. Nice play, opponent. And the Meringue was huge at stabilizing. Without the Meringue, they would have lost this game. I would have been able to just sort of kill them. Pretty sick. The High Noon was okay. For some reason, I thought I had a Ghost Vacuum under my lockdown for the whole time, but it was a Deo Ghost Vacuum. So that's why I was really excited about Destroy Eviling it and then exiling the Omniscience. Will they just have to do it the fair way? What's going on here? I mean, it looks like they're not playing Arcavios. So they're just putting a bunch of power into play. They can have something like Imodane's Recruiter. Give everybody haste. Founding the third path, that's unusual. Oh. Interesting. Ah, nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to show them the rest of my deck. That's neat. Use the Founding to mill me. Huh. So if I had a pretty big library... No, this just goes infinite, right? Oh, that's neat! I love it! I like it! Yes, I haven't seen that before. That means you have Regent, Founding, and you can just... Oh, Abuelo is getting better and better too, huh? You can just infinite Foundings and mill someone out that way. And Founding is an actually decent card in the deck. Although you do... You would probably run like 2 copies of it or something. I mean, it's not bad in the deck. You could even run 4. It's not bad. I mean, you can... I guess it doesn't work with Dragonstorm. You can't cast Dragonstorm. You can only cast the Moment. Yeah, maybe it's not that good actually. Okay, that was sick game. Maybe the Chandra, huh? Do you see what I'm saying? Like a Chandra would have maybe done a lot of damage this game because they can't interact that well with her. Although the Regent is pretty annoying, regardless. The Regent is just very good against my deck. Do I play a bounce off for the stupid Regent? They have Recommission. Sorry, they have Ghost Vacuum, so I have to be... Maybe bought out some Graveyard Shenanigans. Sick game. I think I played that game pretty tight too. I could have played more aggressively, but then I would have I could have blown up the lockdown way sooner. Which maybe I should have done, but then I really walk into another lockdown was my issue with that line. That's a sick hand. That's why I didn't want to do that. That's why I wanted to play patiently, but tough. I don't know. I could not do this right now and just play Inti. So my opponent doesn't know what's up. Like they don't know yet that I have an Oculus coming next turn. Would do fear. They the choice between vacuum for them if they have it and or not would be interesting here instead of like a moment of truth or Roiling Dragonstorm. I obviously want them to cast a Dragonstorm, which they do. Thank you for listening to me. They found the Omniscience already. Jesus. Okay, well, let's play the Fear. Okay. Let's go. Nice. I think I'm just gonna deal damage at this point. Yeah. Noteworthy that I could enable Delirium here, maybe, if I discard the Chandra somehow, some way. 2 types away, though. No. I mean, they can kill me next turn, and I can kill them this turn, right? Mako. 10, 17. So you're saying if I would have discarded the Chandra into the Inti here, I would have had Delirium and would have been able to cycle this and win the game? Okay, I guess I messed up. This deck is hard to play, Jesus. So what do? I think I just have to try to go for the kill somehow. That's not it. That is not it either, right? It's not enough. Damn it. Discarding the Chandra would have won me the game here. Fuck. That sucks. That sucks. So I have 4, 6, 8, Plummet Prof, 13, 15 damage here. If I would have discarded Chandra, I would have won the game on the spot. That's really frustrating, not gonna lie. I punted this game. But just tells you how sick this deck can be, right? They're so strong. Now, whatever, I just put it on the 2-2, I guess, whatever. Man. I didn't quite think I didn't think everything through, man. This deck is really difficult to play. But it's also cool because then it's so rewarding. Right. Man. Yeah, I would have just won the game on turn 4. Turn 4 win. Alright. They need Abuelos, they don't have it. GG. Yeah, I mean this could have ended a turn earlier, but it did end anyways in me winning. Nice. I'm really impressed by this deck. This was the first version I threw together. I'm impressed by Sheltered by Ghost plus the red creatures. That seems like a pretty strong plan against mono red specifically. Against blue red with the bounce spells, it might not be the best plan ever, but you know, I think it's still worth it. The one big life swing you still get in there is probably worth it. Yeah, and really cool deck by the opponents. This looks like an updated version of Abuelos that just looks superior. The Battle of Arcavios is just a really, really bad card to have in your deck, but the Meringue River region is actually fine. Like a 4-mana draw spell that discards actually enables your Omniscience as well, so you can play much better of a secondary controlling type game plan. You both now, right? You're like control deck a little bit, and the combo deck mainly still, of course. But yeah, that gives, at least you don't have a 5-mana sorcery that just does not, that like in a normal game of Magic is really terrible. While the Meringue River Region, I mean, if you play against blue control deck like Jeskai or whatever, you just pass a turn, draw card, like, that's really good against them, and then it helps you combo off as well. That's interesting. It's really cool, at least. I mean, it makes you a little bit vulnerable to something like removal, but not really. I mean, not really. You have Confounding Riddle, you have counter spells, and you can cast them for 0 mana with Omniscience in play. Yeah, and if you have a second Omniscience. Anyways, like this Abuelos deck, very strong, very powerful, and the updated list looks pretty good too. And this Jeskai deck also looks fantastic. I'm really impressed by it. All right, the new additions are great. Mako is great. Tearza is strong. Winter Night Star is good. Really strong. I think this is tier 1 now. All right, well, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time.